Number three, I hate the fact that I'm always thinking about the past. A lot of things happened to me in the past, like I was bullied in school, and I think I still kind of carry that with me. I don't know why, and I don't know how I would go about letting all of that go. Maybe you can tell me that in the comments. But I really hate the fact that I still sort of reminisce about the past and not the good times, kind of. So I always sort of like reminisce about the past and the bad things that happened in the past, which is really not healthy when I think about it, because maybe I'm always replaying the past in my head, and every time maybe it becomes worse than the actual vision of what happened, and every time that I reiterate it, it kind of gets worse and worse and worse and worse, and maybe that's not even what really happened. I don't know. I just hate the fact that I think about the past too much. Okay, it's a pretty good place to start recording. So, episode one. I'm sure you might notice I decided to drop down the production value because I think it's gonna allow me. Oh shit! I think it's gonna allow me to focus more on the content itself, content of the video, rather than the sound quality and all of that. And I'm sorry for this terrible sound quality. So, first of all, I'm gonna start off first episode one, 10 things that I hate about myself. And number one, obviously it has to be like I have very, very brutal self-criticism of myself, which I appreciate in some aspects because it helps me to kind of stay in my lane. But I feel like it sometimes it gets way too much to the point where I can't really release anything like creatively, and then I can embark on new territory because I kind of have this thing where like it's not good enough, it's not perfect, and it's like a self-hatred of, because like I feel like the thing that I create is sort of like a piece of me, and I extremely dislike it. So maybe I dislike myself for that. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Number two of the things that I hate about myself, I hate the fact that I think too much. I think sometimes I really do think too much, and my mind is always racing, always, and so it makes it very, very difficult for me to stay in the moment for things, and I really dislike that because I, I feel like you miss a lot of things in life if you're always focusing about the next moment, and when the next moment arrives and you're not focused about that moment, you're focused on the 10 steps to where like I really do miss the moment, because I've been studying here for like two years, I think. Yeah, I think I've been studying here for like 2 years, and I find that I don't really remember a lot of the last 2 years because I've been thinking about maybe now, and then the fears from now. I won't remember a lot about this moment because I'm not thinking about the other moment. Oh shit. So that's number two. Number three or four, I think. So another thing that I really do dislike about myself is the fact that I'm always, I'm like trying to be liked. I don't know why I'm always trying to be liked. I really feel like I always want people to like me wherever I go, and I always want people, to be like, that guy is awesome, like he's a cool dude. I really wish I didn't feel that way, because it makes it kind of difficult to tell some people to fuck off, because you're always trying to be the nice guy, and you hope that everyone has a positive word to say about you, about me, about me. That's why I don't really have a lot of enemies. I really have, so I'm working on that. I'm working on being a bit of a pill to deal with, and then yeah, kind of that. I think this is number four. I think number four of the things that I don't really like about myself is the fact that I kind of have a difficult time standing up to people that how you say, making my life a little bit more difficult than need be. I don't know why, but it's something that I'm really like strongly focused on working on, you know, because I feel like a lot of times in my life I've really been a doormat for some people, and they've just walked all over me, and I should have stood up and maybe punched a few people, and I didn't, and I still kind of carry that with me. So that's one of the things that I really strongly dislike about myself. Number 5, I find that I strongly struggle with opening up to people, especially new people, but people in general, especially about how I feel about stuff. It's something that's quite difficult for me to do, because I don't like feeling vulnerable like that, because I feel like if I'm opening up to you, I'm kind of like giving you my guns, and maybe you can turn my guns on me one day. Yeah, but I really strongly dislike the fact that I feel that way sometimes. I really do. Okay, so number 6. Number 6 has to be the fact that number 6 of the things that I dislike about myself is my insecurity about my height. I'm not a short guy, right? I'm really not a short guy, right? I don't know. That's the problem. It kind of bothers me sometimes that I feel like I'm a short guy, and I know it sounds like I'm reaching, but it's something that like always playing back in my mind. That I've got insecurities about my height, and that's not okay. I'm working on that. Because sometimes I feel scared when I walk into a room and I feel intimidated, and I don't like feeling intimidated. I want to like feel secure about my height, so I'm working on that. So that's all of them. I thought I was gonna have 10. Damn. Wow. So maybe like I thought I dislike myself more than I actually do. Or maybe like I'm always thinking that I have got so much stuff that I don't like about myself, but it's not that many. It's interesting when you open that curtain and you see that there isn't really a monster behind the door. I think it becomes easier, to live with yourself, and infinitely much easier to live with other people. So maybe try this at home. Just write down 10 things that I hate about myself. And I'm not a psychological expert or anything like that. I'm just saying, maybe like writing down the list is the start of the first step of the journey of getting better. So I'm guessing we all learned something from this tiny little exercise that I just undertook here. So next video is definitely gonna be the 10 things or 5 things or 6 things, I don't know, that I like about myself. Thank you for watching the video. My name is Metembe Thomas Chuma, the son of Karma. It has been real, and I hope you reach the promised land.